dear friends, dear friends, dear friends. Good morning. This is particularly to my Christian friends. And if you're not a Christian, that's okay. But this is for my Christian friends and my dear sisters and brothers out there post-election. Can we just stop sharing fear-based content? Like content that is unnecessary right now, that incites more anxiety and worry in people. Like I'm seeing Christian people sharing future. How do you know the future? How can you tell what's going to happen in the future? But here you are, child of God, you know what the word says. Even the birds, if they do not worry about what you're going to eat tomorrow, how much more you, someone who has the Spirit of God in you? What are you doing sharing content that is just going to incite more fear in people that are already probably on the verge of suicide and stuff like that? Please stop. I am so frustrated that when I swipe, all I see is this and that. Just stop. Your job as a child of God, what is your job? Peacemaking? Anybody? Joy? Anybody? Love? Anybody? Like be a light? Anybody? Salt? Fragrance? Aroma? Anybody? There's something that God has asked you to do. Don't give in to the enemy. See, this is the thing. We think it's fun and it's, oh, let me share. But you don't know who is watching, who is listening, who is swiping and comes across your content. And it's just that little thing that takes them off the edge. That little thing that they read from you that takes them off the edge. I am in the mental health profession and I am seeing how this week people are so disturbed and living in fear. Fear this, fear that, fear this, fear that. And this person is going to do this and that person is going to do that. Stop it, y'all. Stop it. Let's be different. Christians, let's be different. Be different in how you show up. Be different. Let people see a difference about you when you show up. Irrespective of what the world is doing, be set apart. God has told us, be set apart, be holy. A lot of us are not wanting to be holy. A lot of us are wanting to be in this situation of, let me just share this. That's being hood. Stop it. Stop. I can't say it enough because I am seeing how the results of Tuesday is just making people live in this state of hopelessness. Hopelessness. Well, first of all, don't put your hope in a man. Don't put your trust in a man. Don't put everything that you have in a woman or a man or whoever. Put your hope in the Lord. But if you're going to trust somebody and that person disappoints you or whatever it is, this is why for those of us who are believers in Jesus and are walking this path called Christianity, this is why we ought to be standing firm in the Lord. He doesn't change. He is the same today, yesterday, and tomorrow. He doesn't change. Everything else, as you can see around us, changes. The weather changes, people change, politics change, everything around us. So put your hope in the Lord. But for this is really for my sisters and brothers who call themselves Christians. You should walk different. You should be a fragrance, an aroma. 1 Corinthians. You should be somebody when you walk by and someone smells you, they're like, oh, you're different. Who are you? In the midst of all the chaos that we have around us, you are different. Tell me your secret. And you can joyfully tell them about Jesus. But how can you tell somebody about Jesus or even the next thing? This is what gets me the most. In one breath, you are posting about fear and about this person and insulting leadership, insulting whoever. And then in the next breath, you're posting about a Bible verse. Now, which one are we supposed to believe? And which one are we supposed to see as godly? I don't say a lot on social media when it comes to how people live but when it comes to my Christian brothers and sisters, I feel I need to say something. You need to stop. You need to choose a lane and stay in that lane. If you're going to choose God, then choose God and stay there. If you're going to choose the world, then choose the world and stay there. But don't be lukewarm. Don't say that you love the Lord. Don't say that you love Jesus, and the next minute you are spreading fear-based content that is making people more anxious and worried. Stop it. Stop it. I can't say it. I think this is my word for today. Stop it. Stop it. Stop sharing things that are going to cause people to go off the edge. They're already leading in that direction. Stop it. Your job is to spread hope, spread joy, spread love, spread anything that speaks Jesus. Peace. 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 And you can't tell the future, so stop telling people what is going to happen. Nobody knows what's going. I don't even know what's going to happen the next minute when I get out of my car. I don't know, and I don't care. And I'm not going to worry about what is going to happen when I get out of my car, because my faith is not seen. It's not what I see with my eyes. The Lord tells you it is not by sight. So stop telling people what you do not know. To know is intimacy. To know something is intimacy. So if you don't know what you don't know, then stop assuming and propagandering and all that. It is not necessary. It is not necessary. It is not. So this is for my Christian brothers and sisters out there. Please, please, let's be different. Let's be different. That is the point of holiness. Be set apart. Be set apart in your speech. Be set apart in your walk. Be set apart in your presence. Be set apart in how you relate to people. Be different. And if you need an outlet to express all that pent-up emotion and all that, don't do it on social media. Call a trusted friend. Go for a walk. Yesterday, I went for a prayer walk, and I was dancing and singing and rejoicing. And if you're driving on the road, you'd be like, what is wrong with this woman? I am expressing my emotions. If you can journal, journal. If you just feel like you can sit in quiet and just breathe, just sit in quiet and breathe. If you have to go see your biblical counselor or biblical therapist, yes, I'll say biblical counselor, biblical therapist, go do that. But social media, people are already off the edge. We have so many problems with social media, and I see it every day. People call about their mental health. We don't need any more Christians adding to that. So, dear brothers, dear sisters, please stop. Before you share that content that feels good, think about Romans chapter 8, the carnal mind. Think about Romans chapter 8, the mind of Christ. Think about Romans chapter 8. You can do it. You can choose the Spirit. You can choose to walk in the Spirit. It is all about what you choose. Yes, sister, or have the heart of gratitude. Have the heart of gratitude, irrespective of the outcome, irrespective of whatever happened to on Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday and all that. Be different. Be different. I can go on and on and on, but I'm not going to go on because I got to go to my appointment. But I've held this in for so long, and this morning I was like, you know what? Let me just share this. So if you get this message, share it and pass it on to all your Christian sisters and brothers to stop. Because in the eyes of God, God is watching. God is watching. Like, are you really my child? Are you really my child? To incite hate, to incite fear, above all things, fear. The Spirit of God is not fearful. So there's a message for my Christian brothers. And if you happen to be listening, and if you're that somebody that's living in fear and worry and anxiety and all that, I just want you to, I could call you to Jesus if you want. But if you don't, and you still want to live in a space of clarity in your mind, then you've heard some of the things that I've said. And one of my sisters here is saying gratitude. Do the gratitude journaling. Go for a walk, something. But remember that nobody knows the future. And so we stop fear-mongering. We stop sharing fear-based content. And we start sharing hope. Start spreading joy. Start spreading the things that are going to make people smile. So, I love you. Just do the right thing in the sight of God. As a child of God, you have a right and a responsibility. The right is good, but it comes with responsibilities. Think on that. Thanks, sisters, for joining. I'm about to go. Bye.